If I find my way home, yeah.
You bore me.
See what happens when you lie?
Rose Rabbit.
No. This
Coming at you in
is
three.
This is a wabbit.
Almost. He should be there for part of our show. On this week's episode, Thumper makes an appearance. I know, goobers. Because Scott likes to eat his poop. That's what he calls them, goobers.
Smart pills.
But we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff this week.
Yes, we are.
Week. And then we're going to talk about how Scott criticizes me for being a robot. And I don't think that's fair because
I did not criticize you.
You did.
No.
Robots are people too, Scott.
Yeah.
So you need to get over that. You need to be woke. So stay tuned. It's going to be a crazy ride this week.
Especially since Steve just said I should be woke. Wow!
If I find my way home, yeah.
Welcome to the Don't Know Show. This is your time to unwind and leave your worries behind. This is a show being hosted by a robot and a human. So stick around and enjoy. And tell your friends you watched a show hosted by a robot. I'm the robot. I'm Steve.
And I'm the human. I'm Scott. But the problem is, since we changed it, I forgot the rest of what I say. Ah! It's okay, Steve. I should do what you do, and I should look at the board, right? But anyway.
It's train wrecked already, folks, and we haven't even started.
Yeah.
Twitch people, man. This is amazing.
It is, but they're used to it.
Scott's supposed to say, I'm Scott. And this is a talk show about how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show, a podcast,
and a live Twitch stream. Right. Yeah, that's it.
We're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. You need to be quiet if you can't do your lines. We're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. But before we do that, don't forget, like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
Scott will not be talking this show because he has a bad internet connection and his timing is off today for some reason, and he has no idea where he is, and he's not listening.
I hear you, Steve.
Whatever.
All right.
So let's talk about what's going on behind us in the pictures behind us. This is Memorial Day weekend, which Scott thought he was super busy this weekend and thought he was going to be super busy this weekend. And then he goes, oh, no, it's Labor Day weekend that we're super busy and we have all the customers. So Scott said, well, then what I did is I worked hard. And he went to a place called Pizza Ranch. And he told me, why don't I go to a Pizza Ranch? I go, because we don't have Pizza Ranch out here. He goes, oh, I can't believe that. So I went online and I looked it up. And I went Pizza Ranch. And as far west as they come, there's one in Colorado, there's a couple in Montana and that, but they're mostly in the Midwest, in the North Midwest. And he goes, well, I thought there should have been one in Texas. But I go, no, there's none in Texas either, because I looked at their locations on their website. And Pizza Ranch does pizza and chicken. But what he really likes is their cactus bread, which has nothing to do with cactus, but it's a themed restaurant. And their cinnamon roll pizza crust with cinnamon and a streusel swirl on it, they call it cactus bread. But it's not bread, it's like pizza crust. But pizza crust, I guess, is bread. So I don't know. So now we're going to go, okay, Scott, you had enough time to clear your thoughts, clear your head. See, this is why you work host with a robot.
Because robots can keep going like the Energizer Bunny as long as they have power?
Yes, pretty much.
Awesome. So anyway, Steve, you did mention that it is Memorial Day weekend, which probably explains why you have this ginormous flag behind your head.
Yeah, that and the fact that I don't do anything anymore. Just because I'm working on stuff. Life in general. So, and myself to be a better person.
You mean a better robot?
Working on my robot. What programming? Again, a robot is a person too, Scott.
Oh, yeah, but those laws have not been signed into effect yet.
Robots have feelings too, Scott.
Yes, there we go. That is a better response, Steve. Thank you.
Why are you being so mean?
Who's being mean? I'm never mean, Steve. You're the one that's mean, but we love you anyway because you're so cute and adorable.
So I want to know is how come you're in a scene from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
It kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
it does.
This is a rogue tree of some sort. We cannot get a definitive answer from anybody as to what kind of tree this is. I've
rogue
taken
usually has a negative connotation. So is it in a spot where you don't want it?
that is one thing. It is also that the one thing that 3 different people have said it is a garbage tree. And I'm like, what the heck is a garbage tree? And they say these are the kind of trees that farmers hate because the seeds could come from absolutely anywhere. And they have a nasty habit of growing on fence lines and they're hard to kill. You chop them down, they come back the next year. You have to chop them.
So deep.
They're unbelievable. They're like stupid hardy. But apparently,
let it be. Look, there's the leaves of 3.
No, that's not what this is. However, see all these
that,
little dots?
You notice the stalks have leaves of 3s. Is that the stalk that you're looking at has 3 leaves?
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, okay.
Now has 3 leaves on it.
Right.
I know I'm right.
But yeah. But anyway, you see all the little dots?
Those are bugs eating it?
They are bugs. So apparently that tree leaf is useful to something.
Yeah, a parasite that's going to kill your whole garden.
Well, yeah. So as long as it sticks to the tree, I was going to put my garden picture. I took a picture of the garden the day we planted it. And because everything is only like about 6 inches tall, all you see is dirt with little splash of green spots.
Just planted, doesn't it just look like a plant?
It does. No. Because, right. Because, I'm holding it way up here so I get the whole garden so you can see all the stuff we planted. You can't see shit.
Rows of dirt. Yeah.
It's funny. It's really funny.
Rows of dirt.
So instead, we got this picture.
So are you going to kill this rogue tree?
Well, yes. I know how to kill it.
Goes into your pipes. It's going to go into your pipes.
There's no pipes there, so that's good. The problem is, though, it is right by the hot tub.
Well, it's going to wreck the hot tub.
Yeah, so I'm going to. We've had so much rain, which is part of what we're going to be talking about shortly. But you can't put poison down because it rains right away. You need 3 days of dry. 1 day of dry, spray, another day of dry to do the job. We haven't had 3 days of dry in a row for almost a month.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, how do we know it's going to stay dry then? That's the really key. You just don't need dry on the front side, but you need dry on the back side too.
Correct. That's why you need 3 straight days.
Drive a copper nail into it.
Well, we have the right kind of
old wives' tale.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before either. But
what?
Apparently, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to cut it off near the ground, and then you put a product like Roundup right on the open cut. But again, you can't have rain because it'll just wash right off.
You've never seen this. You've never heard about this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our robot is about ready to show how fast he is at finding data and getting it on our screens. Look at the speed.
Really? That's like...
I've never heard of this. Do copper nails really kill trees?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Well, it's a video, so it's not going to be really helpful to go fast.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I just couldn't believe you didn't hear it. I wasn't trying to find a solution. I was just trying to find how prevalent it was.
Because here's what's really weird. He's hammering a nail into the ground versus hammering it into a tree.
That's not into the ground.
I did not see a tree stump there.
That's a tree trunk. There's no stump. It's a whole tree.
Oh, that was That's
a tree
bark?
trunk with moss on it. See the bark?
Oh, I get it now. All right.
That's
the
moss.
way the picture is, it looks like he's hammering down into the ground. Okay. I get it. Yep, it's a tree.
That would be down.
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 Don't worry, Steve. We know you can sing it.
Down, ba-doo-be, down, 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 down. Not the myths.
We're going to talk about that too.
Most of the soil line, copper nails can kill trees. You need a lot of nails. Copper nails. So you have to drill guide holes somewhere along the process. and you'll probably ask yourself why there's not an easier way. So the answer is yes.
Okay. As long as you have enough nails, it will sooner or later kill the tree.
Copper nails will successfully prevent the regrowth of a tree. It's already been cut down.
Okay.
So Abraham Lincoln said it. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
That's right.
Okay. Did you know Abraham Lincoln was a bartender, licensed bartender?
I know he's a vampire killer.
Cool. So you have some subjects that you added. Do you want to start by going off on your subjects?
Might as well, because it explains a lot of what happened this week. Anyway, today, remember, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I showed you a picture of the flooding, and we had the tornado that was only 6 miles southwest of us.
Yes.
Today,
show a couple weeks ago, shame on you, but Scott had a picture of water over the roadway, which is pretty extensive.
Yes.
So they definitely got. How much rain did you get in a short period of
A
time?
little over 3 inches of rain in less than a half an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy. So.
It's crazy. It's normally doesn't come. And today we got another 2 inches of rain, but it was spread out over about an hour. So the flooding was very minor. However, we had another tornado today, and it actually touched down for a longer period of time. It went all the way from Milton to Jefferson, which is probably 6 miles on the ground.
Versus, I'm trying to remember. I know we had them in Chicago in the western suburbs.
Yes.
Do you normally get tornadoes that far up?
Oh, hell yes.
Or is it
Wisconsin? Yeah, we get tornado. One of the biggest tornadoes in the country was in Barneveld, Wisconsin. It took out the entire town. The entire town. It was an F5 tornado, and it was over half a mile wide on the ground.
We've not talked about them before on our show, which is weird.
Not really, because again, it's not like we get them every day. This is, I mean, I want to say we average 20 a year, but they're usually EF0s, EF1s, EF2. That's about it.
Explain
so to
that
get
for our listeners.
All right, I don't have the charts in front of me, but an EF0 is kind of like a strong dust devil. I want to say the winds are 80 miles an hour.
EF0 is a dust
EF0.
devil, so it can actually be zero, but yet still be in existence.
Correct. So usually it means the damage is nothing. I mean, tree branches, maybe pushing a few over, ripping, garbage cans go flying across, to the next county, that kind of stuff. An EF1, it's pulling up debris from the ground and lifting it up into the air, not just pushing it around.
Okay, so a EF scale is enhanced Fujita scale, and it rates the tornado intensity based on the severity of the damage they cause.
Correct.
So these things could be pretty high, but if they don't damage anything,
Right, okay. And if I recall correctly, there is a difference between a funnel cloud and a tornado. A funnel cloud does not touch the ground. A tornado touches the ground.
Touches down. It officially becomes a tornado when it touches the ground, is what the Don't Know show is claiming.
Yes. So, and then of course, the higher the wind speeds and the larger the base touching the ground also means more damage, which is why the numbers go up so high. And an EF5 is currently the highest you can have.
Yes, very good.
And an EF5 is bad.
Well, EF5 usually has two walls of it. An EF5
right.
usually is so big that there's actually an eye that you can actually pass around.
Do you remember the movie Twister?
So I want to talk about that. So now would be a good time to talk about it. Did you see Twisters is coming out?
Yes, July? I did.
June? When is it? Is it July or June?
I don't know. I just remember seeing that it was coming out this
summer. Are you guys going to go see that?
We'll wait till it comes to cable or whatever. Susie is very picky about what movies she wants to pay to see.
I'm thinking that would be a good one to go pay to see in a good theater with a good sound.
Yes.
July.
But
in theaters in July.
But there is the scene near the end of the movie in Twisters where they do go
Twisters
through
or
the eye.
Twister?
Twister?
Okay.
The original
Twister.
movie where
Yeah.
you know,
Cow.
Helen Hunt, I think, is in it.
Another cow. I think that was the same cow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's that scene where they strap them
Helen
down
Hunt was-
to the well pipes and they get sucked up and you can see the inside of the tornado, which is that eye you were talking about. That was an F5 tornado.
So you take a look at the trailer for Twisters, and there are a lot of homage scenes from Twister.
Okay.
Like that
makes
scene
sense.
where they're strapped to the pipes. It's in the trailer.
Okay.
So that happens again, and they strap themselves to the pipe again. And I thought that was pretty cool that they did that. I
Yes.
forgot what else there was. There were a couple other scenes that I was like, oh, that's from the first movie. Oh, that's from the first movie. And
I am just
apparently-
waiting till holograms are better. I just can't wait for that.
So then you're really in a 4D movie?
Yes.
When the wind blows around, you're in the theater and you get killed because the parts of the set fall on you. No, thank you.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's coming in July. Then you've got to wait till when's Beetlejuice coming out?
I didn't
Will
see
that
a
be
date
something
on
you
that
guys
one
will
either.
see in the theater? That one's coming out after that one.
Believe it or not, the movies that Susie likes to see in the theater are either the Marvel type movies or the animated type movies.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Everything
it?
else she's more than willing to watch on TV.
All right. Where the heck is the release
Who knows,
date?
Steve?
Beetlejuice. Only in theaters 9/6/24. Holy crap. What a steal.
September.
Great job. Yeah,
All
so
right.
that's September. And then you know what I'm waiting for in November to come out.
Oh. Isn't it? Oh, yeah, you're waiting for your beard to come out in November.
No, Wicked.
Wicked?
Yeah.
Are they redoing Wicked?
What do you mean redoing?
Isn't
It's
Wicked
never been done.
what, just a Broadway show?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a movie too.
And,
Goes to show how much I know. Damn good thing you're a robot, because then you can know everything.
the only explanation. The only explanation.
Exact. Well, it's not the only. There's multiple universes, so there's probably multiple explanations.
Okay. Say so.
So, all right. Are you done with that
So
subject?
so that off tracked us to get to the movies I want to talk about. So
Okay.
cool. All right. So apparently you have been struggling with your cellular service or your phone.
Yes.
And think
I
we
have
talked about-
Yes. I have a new phone.
Well, what was wrong with your old phone first?
Not really anything except that it was becoming outdated. It was over 4 years old, and everybody,
Over 4 years old.
yeah, on cell phones that's considered old. You know that because it would run out of power sometimes for no explicable
Well, they do
reason.
that on purpose. Do
But
that
they
on
sent me a new phone for $1.04.
Did they really? You,
Yep.
you don't have an additional like $20 a month now on your cell phone
Nope.
bill?
I just had to agree to continue for 24 more months with them.
Oh, so yeah,
I've been
so-
with them for 35 freaking years. I'm not
So you
going
signed a
anywhere as
long-term
long as they
contract.
take care of me. So here's
Who-
my
who
new
you with?
spiffy phone.
Who are
AT&T.
you with? Okay, yeah, because again, it's not necessarily who the best cell phone plan is; it's who's the best in your area.
That is correct. Now, do you remember the wallet you got me for Christmas
Remember.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
Do you remember what color it was?
No. Purple.
It was this color, Steve.
What color?
Except
I
on
don't know.
here, it looks kind of blue, doesn't it?
Hang on.
It's lilac or purple.
Purple. Yeah.
Doesn't it look blue to you?
Looks purple to me.
Does it? That's weird. On my
Yeah,
screen, it's blue.
Well, again, your screen's like hosed. So
Okay. So anyway, it's got the new cool little thingy clip, which you could put on your hand with it like this, or you open it and set it on a table, which is what I do with it when Susie and I are together. So the problem with it is they
put
sent
your
me
phone
this
in
new
your
phone.
pocket and talk to your damn wife when you're together, would you? Jesus.
We play the show while we're eating. We don't talk while we eat. Our mouths would be full.
Oh, you're watching. Okay, you're watching something.
We're watching our show because she doesn't get to see it.
I thought well, the way you said it, it sounded like when I'm out with my wife, I set it up to focus on the screen instead of my wife.
Well, yeah, no, it's, we don't talk while we eat. We talk before we eat, and we talk when we get back in the car. And we talk
that's
to
so nice of you.
Yeah.
Not to talk with your mouth full.
Exactly. Because, it's kind of funny. You go to a restaurant nowadays and it's all about turnover. I mean, they don't say anything if you stay there longer than normal. But we're in and out in 20 minutes, which is awesome for them because they have a table open right away.
It's all about turnover in restaurants.
Well, it is, yes. So, but anywho,
the more tops you can serve, the more money you can make, the more tips you can make. The more tips you can make, the more money you can make.
Right. So when they sent me the phone, it came with the instructions on how to transfer the data from phone to phone. And they even sent the cable to do it to make it faster. Okay. So I followed the directions and it shifted everything over in 20 minutes. My whole phone was transferred over in 20 minutes. Then I had to call them to activate the phone again.
You had to transfer it first, then activate it?
Yes.
That seems like the wrong order because all your old phone information would be there then, which will prevent your new phone from activating.
Okay. Well, that's not the problem.
That just seems like the right order.
Yeah. Well, it transfers, all your phone numbers and everything gets transferred. So, which is fine and dandy, except I found out something else, which we'll get to after I get done with this part.
Okay.
So then I had to call in and tell them to turn on my new phone. So they said, okay, no problem. It'll be done within 10 minutes. 10 minutes goes by, nothing. 20 minutes goes by, nothing. I give them a call back and I say, my phone's not working yet. My old phone still works. New phone doesn't work. I spent 2 hours and 45 minutes on the phone with these people, following directions from them over and over and over again. Nothing worked.
Just to find out they had the wrong IE number in, right?
Well, no. Well, yes and no. That was part of the problem, but it was more complicated than that. So by this point, Susie is already home from work. And I have no food on the table because I've been on the phone for 2 hours and 45 freaking minutes. So finally, I just said, I don't have time for this. I'll just keep using my own phone for the day and hung up on him. Okay. Went back, took care of Susie. Then the following day, after getting all the stuff that I had to get done earlier in the day, I called them back. After an hour and a half, still no joy. So I had to run and do errands, go banking, all that kind of good stuff. When I came back, she had said that they do some stuff and I should call back and they tell me what they do. So I called them back. They said, oh, we realized we did something wrong. We have to do it this way. So she had me remove all my data using the Wi-Fi instead of the cables.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this makes no sense because cable to cable is direct. Wi-Fi is slow. Not only that, by using the Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi wasn't working correctly. So I had to put the phone in my window, one of my windows in my office. It's the only way I can get a signal from the Wi-Fi because the microcell, which still has not arrived, my old one's broken. So I have no microcell. So the cell service doesn't work at my house. So again, Susie got home. I had to hang up the phone and go and grab some food and feed her. Third day, I tried calling earlier in the day so I wouldn't be interfered with Susie. Okay? Literally, 12:30 in the afternoon, I made the phone call. The guy who sold me the phone is the one who answered the phone this time. Okay? He's like, I see all these notes here. Don't these people know how to do this? I said, I don't know. You work with them. He says, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that don't know what they're doing here. So he told me how to redo it. And again, we did almost everything the same, only this time he had 2 different ways of doing something. We did those 2 other things. Now it started to work, but it still wasn't quite right. And we couldn't figure out what it was. And so he brought his supervisor in, and the supervisor looked at all the list of all the stuff he did, right? He says, yep, you did everything right. I don't know what the problem is either. This is the supervisor. Okay?
If you called me, I would have had you up and running in 10 seconds.
Well, no, because it all had to be done from their office. So finally, after another hour and a half, he says, I want to try one more thing. In my head, this is what we should be doing, and it's not on the list of things to do. So we had to start sort of from scratch, but not literally from scratch. Oh, that's what it was. It turns out that the phone came with a card. So I put the card in, put it in there. The card is a different phone number. He says, take out the old other card. Don't put a card in there. It's built into the motherboard now. I put the empty thing in there.
You had a dual card phone.
That is correct. And nobody caught that until he did. So finally, after taking the card out, putting it back in, and then starting from scratch one more time, as soon as we got to the end, my phone went ding, 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 ding. Hello? It was him. So 8.5 hours over 3 days to get my phone to work.
Called me.
Talk about screwing up my week.
I bought this one from Back Market, right? There's a used one. And I went to my Note 20. Took the card out of the old one, put it in a new one, switched over online the IEN number, and guess what?
Didn't work.
Like that.
Oh,
like that.
It did work. Okay.
Like that.
Okay. So anyway.
You had a dual card phone, which are cool because you can have 2 phone numbers on a single phone.
That is correct. Now that I have it, I might actually use it. I might activate that secondary line.
You got to pay for the second line.
Well, that is correct, but it's $25 a month. So.
Okay. Mr. Moneybags.
Well, this business thing, because right now that is my Y drive line on there, but I could also put my STE line on my cell phone, which would be kind of cool.
Whatever you got, man. You've got a couple $100 you want to send me every year.
I do that,
baby. $300, $400, close.
$25. Yeah, it's $300 a year. But that's the other thing. We picked up karaoke through the whole summer now on Friday nights. So
that's awesome.
Yes.
Where are you doing that at?
Lake Lawn again.
Nice.
So we had our first one. Well, are we getting busy again? This is my goal. Lake Lawn's been swamped, but for some odd reason, I don't know if it's the storms or because it was Memorial Day weekend. It was the first time I've ever driven into that place, and there were 8 cars in the parking lot. That parking lot is usually always packed on a Friday and Saturday night. But when I talked to the staff there, they said, "No, it's pretty slow this weekend. That's why we're starting this weekend. So we could make sure everything's going to sound and work right, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Cool." So next weekend, they're going to be packed.
Very cool. That's awesome.
But I found out something interesting.
Okay.
If you don't perform and sing regularly, you lose your voice really fast when you first sing again. I only got 3 songs in, and that's the most I could do. And the 3rd song I struggled with.
You don't do warm-ups or anything and like keep your voice actually it's a muscle.
I realized that, and I know this, but when I was doing it all the time, I didn't have to worry about it because I was always warmed up because I was doing karaoke 4 nights a week.
Wow.
So I haven't done karaoke.
Drop down slow again.
Yep. So every time I go to a karaoke show, I only sing twice the whole night because, I'm a customer. But when you're doing the show, you have to sing between customers while you're, building up your clients.
Right.
So it was terrible.
Wow.
I got to that 3rd song and I struggled. It was just freaking me out.
Wow, it sucks. Yeah. You should be singing more during the week.
That's what I'm going to start doing.
Scaled or something. was doing
La la
scales.
la 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 la. So, but
You
yeah,
call that a scale, but yeah.
no, it's
We
from
should
the
have a
commercial.
parade
You haven't
for-
heard the commercial? Okay, yeah, there's a commercial on TV it's an animal or whatever that does that. La 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 la. And then I think the other one goes something about food, like I can't remember. It's irrelevant. Go to your next thing.
Do we know what it's
Let's
about?
do at least one actual show subject before
Do
we
we-
do
do-
the genuine
do we know what it's
positivity
about?
message. Do I know what the first subject is?
No.
You?
Do you know what the commercial's about?
I want to say it's pet food of some sort, but it might not be. It just has pets doing it. I don't pay a whole lot
It's a
of
good
attention to
commercial.
commercials, but if I'm sitting at the computer and Susie's watching TV and I hear it, it's sort of stuck in my head. La 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 la.
Gotcha.
And then he goes something
Good.
like, the name of the food or whatever.
So should we have a
Uno.
parade for you?
Ooh, you should have a parade for me.
I don't have to,
Why not?
because the universe is going to do it for us.
Ooh.
This happens every now and again. It's not like super rare. But the Parade of Planets.
Oh, is it
June
when we all
3rd.
lined up again?
Yep. I think it happens
Didn't-
again in August.
I was going to say, didn't it just happen last year or 2 years ago?
Last one was during the solar eclipse.
Okay.
It happens multiple times a year. I think the
What-
next one's in August. Don't know, show. But yeah, it's pretty cool because you get all the planets: Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, all lined up, baby.
Cool.
And you have that telescope, which you should have set up. You need to build a small observatory in your property somewhere.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
needs to be at the
light.
property because when I try to use it here, even though we're not in town, there's still too much light around here. And the property is only a mile away, but it's in the country. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
farm field around it. So if I set up on the one side of the barn that doesn't have a light, it's pretty dark out there at night.
Yeah, so starting in New York State on morning of June 3rd between 5 a.m. Eastern, just before sunrise, about 5:26 a.m. That's when the best window will be to see them all lined up.
Cool.
You'll have a view of all 6 planets. Kind of cool.
I agree.
That
Looking
was
forward
before
to
that,
it.
like Sydney. Sydney, it happens May 28th. Abu Dhabi, May 30th.
Which is tomorrow for them.
Yeah.
At least I'm
That's
pretty
kinda
sure.
cool. And like I said, this is visible to the naked eye. So that's what makes this even cooler.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one's August 28th. That was right. It's in August.
I'm
And there's 3 next year. January, February,
Yeah.
and August.
I was going to say something because I was confused about something. Then my brain figured it out.
What'd you figure out?
Well,
What were you gonna say? I confused you.
it takes 365 point blah 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 days for us to rotate around the sun.
Right,
All
but
the
planets
planets
still
rotate at different speeds, so having them line up,
That's why they line up and don't line up. Yeah.
right,
It's gonna
makes
line
it
up
kind
on
of
a
interesting.
regular basis. It's kind of like when you spin 2 wheels, right? All of a
Right.
sudden, one will just they'll spin together and then they'll
Yep,
spin
and then they'll
like that.
separate again. Exactly. But considering we're dealing with 8 planets, I hate that they still say, Pluto's not a planet. It's a dwarf planet. It's still a planet, damn it.
I hope when this records that it doesn't stay this way, but your video's been frozen.
Yeah, I see that. I've been watching that. So,
So you want to share the screen and then come back and see if it unfreezes it? Could make
okay.
it worse.
Oh, yeah, it could. Look at that.
You're still frozen. Video
Right.
uploading. What's that?
Oh, that's
Why
the
you
other
got
thing I was going
video?
to say at the end. Damn it, that's probably going to, I hope it didn't screw everything up.
Why are you
Because
uploading
of
video?
our show from last week, which is normally up by now, is still not up because of all the crap that went on with my phone and the other stuff going on. So I did not
Yeah.
realize that we also had a power outage and it stopped uploading our show. So when I turned the computer back on this afternoon,
Uploading the show during our show is going to cause our show to freeze like this.
yeah, which is weird because, yeah.
So should we quit our show? Well, thank you for watching.
You really want to do that?
No, I want you to quit the upload.
Oh, I don't know how to do that because you just.
Well, then this is going to be a bad show. All right, let's make this show quick then. We'll just cut it off. Let's just go to the next subject. Let's just make this really a bad show.
Is a genuine positivity message.
What? The end of the show?
No, that's the next subject. Just let's go to the next subject. That's what we're supposed to do now.
Okay, then do it.
Well, you wrote it, but I suppose I can.
I know. But did you see a theme in it?
Let's see.
What did you talk about? First subject.
About tomatoes. Tornadoes. I couldn't get out of it now. I was stuck.
You can't even get it right. Wrong, right. Jesus
left or
Christ.
What about left? Hey.
So we talked about the chaos that tornadoes bring. So, and then we talked about Twister 2.
Yes.
My genuine positivity says, embrace the chaos. For within its swirling tempest lies hidden opportunities for growth, creativity, and transformation. And when life's storms rage, dance in the rain and let the chaos be your canvas.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
Yeah, cool.
All right. I like it.
You know what else I thought I was going to do? I thought I would talk about, once a month, I put this subject in here, and it talks about the moons for the month, since we're talking about planets and tornadoes.
Okay.
And
I see that about a moon.
Did you know every month has a different name for the moon?
We have discussed that on the show before, yes.
So, like the full moons, each
Right.
month's full moon, and the second one is a blue moon, but the first one is named separately. In May, flowers are in bloom, and the month's full moon name for May is Flower Moon.
Makes sense.
Name reflects the abundance of blooming flora. That makes sense. Native Americans named it so to capture the essence of this vibrant time of year. The flower moon is a perfect opportunity to immerse yourself in nature's beauty, whether you're tending to your garden, Scott, visiting a botanical garden, or simply enjoying the sight and scents of flowers. This is the time to appreciate the nature splendor all around you. It's a great time to remember to stop and smell the roses, literally and metaphorically.
I like it.
Yeah. So then I've got this in there like towards the middle end of June, and we'll do the June moon.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Nice, huh?
It is.
All right. Have you ever heard of KONEL bread?
I have not.
You're the baker. So KONEL bread is rather interesting. KONEL bread, and the way they make it, this is even crazier. Okay, so why is it not sharing? There we go.
Oh, it looks like a watermelon. That's kind of genius.
Yeah. So when you cut it open,
that is really, really, really genius.
So how do you think they make that? Could you imagine doing avocado toast on an avocado?
Wow.
How do you think they make that?
Carefully.
Well, no, seriously.
Well, I'm assuming what they're doing is oh God, that doesn't make sense either. It's
when you figure out how they do it, you're going to go, wow, that's a lot of work. So you ever see how they make candies, little hard candies, and they use the different strips of candy and they roll it all together?
Yes, that's what I'm seeing in my head with this. Yes.
Right. They do that with the bread. They make little bread dough.
Right.
Tubes.
So basically,
and they put it in the bread.
Right. In my head, what I'm seeing is you take the smallest pieces and you make them first. Then you take the next big piece Put it right. Then you put it in
They
there
start wrapping it around the outside
and wrap it again. And that's how, to me, that's how it works.
Yeah,
but
that's exactly how we're doing it.
That can't be cheap.
Though?
That cannot be cheap.
No.
That is labor intensive
cool.
up the ass.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty cool design.
It is.
Like when they do it in candy, though, it's so fast. You don't even think about it. You know, you put the Christmas trees in candy and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's machines doing it nowadays, too.
I'm sure if you have the same skill set, you're good. Your video is completely gone now, just so you know.
It's not gone to mine.
Okay.
Weird.
Well, then hopefully it's still uploading to the web.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming it is. So
you know what happens when you assume?
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice. Well, yeah. We won't know until later. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, where's KONEL Bread from? Are they? I would assume they're in a specific location.
Well, I have no idea who makes it all. It started in Japan, but
all right.
Buy it.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you can, but
from Japan.
It has got to be expensive. That's all I'm saying.
Let's see. KO.
It's kind of curious. I mean, it does say that it is a form of art made in Japan. That much I can see, but I'm not going to click on any links because with the problems we're having, I don't want it anymore. It's a shame Jeannie didn't pop in today. It'd be nice to see if she's seen everything fine.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah.
Uh-oh, what?
I was looking at the delayed screen.
And it was a mother who did this. Japanese mom.
Ooh.
The 10 largest brands in the United States. No. It doesn't say you can buy it here in the United States.
All right.
I just thought it was interesting.
Very interesting.
Ooh,
well, I was looking at the wrong screen because when I look at the camera so that I'm, looking at straight ahead, I see the upper screen, which is the delayed screen, and your lips were moving and I didn't hear anything. So I'm like, oh crap, we lost audio.
Oh, I'm watching the feed. I'm watching the feed on Twitch and you're frozen.
Yeah.
You're frozen.
Right. I agree. And it's in a really weird pixelated view too.
Yep. So well, you're weird and pixelated.
All right. That's all right.
So do you know all the state mottos like Battleborn and Land of 1,000 Lakes? And
it's 10,000 lakes, by the way.
Land of Lincoln.
Well, I do not know all of them, but I do know a lot of them.
Okay. Ready?
I am ready.
What state has the state motto of bring your ass?
Louisiana.
Nope.
Mississippi.
Nope. I gave you a hint.
You gave me a hint?
Mm-hmm. And you corrected me.
Oh, Minnesota? Really?
Yeah. So I don't expect you to know this because it's sports.
Okay.
You know who the Minnesota Timberwolves are?
Well, yeah, they're the ice skating team or hockey team.
No.
Timberwolves aren't the hockey team? Basketball. Seriously?
Basketball. Yeah. So they're in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
So they were talking about Charles Barkley is one of the announcers on the sport. You've heard Charles Barkley, right?
I do know Charles. I don't know him yet.
He goes, I don't think I've ever been to Minnesota. So Anthony Edwards, who plays on the Timberwolves, goes, bring your ass.
There you go.
So it became so popular and everything that a comedian bought bringyourass.com, which isn't working. Otherwise I would have had it up. And redirected it to the Minnesota tourism website. So they're all jumping on it and making it part of their tourism. Come to Minnesota, bring your ass.
There you go.
Bring your ass. Oh, bring your ass.
Well,
Yeah,
you know that
yeah.
they're taking the 10,000 lakes off their license plates, right?
Yeah. I forgot why.
Yeah, they're going to the 6-ounce cola state.
Is that what they're going to?
Because, obviously a 6-ounce cola is a mini soda.
Oh, you tried this joke before, yeah.
I have. That's why I can't believe you forgot it already.
It's so bad.
I created it years ago, and I've been using it ever since.
I blocked it out.
You blocked it out of your brain. Everybody I tell loves it.
You can still see. You can still see me, right?
Oh yeah, you're moving fine. I'm the only one frozen.
Okay.
Usually, when there's an actual problem, it says it on my screen that there's a problem.
Yeah, because this next one is hilarious.
Okay.
You go to the local county fair, right?
Well, we have, yes.
Okay. How come you've been keeping the livestock shows a secret?
We haven't been.
You have not told me how awesome this is.
Well, you must have something new then. I've told you about all the cool critters. So what is this all about?
When they're showing the hogs. Do you see the picture yet?
Yes.
Okay. Take a look at those faces. Wait.
Yeah, no kidding. Very competitive.
The video is even better. Why is this not? No, really? Is this the video or not the video?
It says this ad will end in 9 seconds, 8 seconds.
I know. It's an ad. I'm trying to find, do I have the video? No, it's not the right video. Where's the video? Look at that picture. Look at the intensity.
Yeah.
Where's the video? I thought I had the video on here. Here we go.
At the judge, they need to keep an eye on the judge because in the beginning, the judge will point to them, which is heading them into a holding pen to move on to the next round. We call it making the cut. The judge will usually keep 2 or 3 in each heat, and then anyone who makes the cut will come back to compete for champion. They also stare to show that they have control of their ring and helps draw the judge's attention. Hope this helps.
There's a better video. Where's the good video? I thought I had the good video, but look at how she stares.
Yes. Very intense.
There was a good video on this. Thought I had it. Oh well, I guess I didn't have it.
Okay.
Thought I had.
I have actually never seen the shows because we just go through where the animals are being kept between shows and stuff.
Yep. But you can see me, right? So here's what you see in the video.
What, with the staring?
Yeah. They never take their eyes off the judge.
Exactly.
And it's a bunch of people in there. Not, it's friggin' hilarious. So if you can find that video, look it up and see it. It's pretty hilarious for our listeners. I'm so pissed that I thought I had the video because when I clicked on it, I thought it was there. And it just had a little bit of it there. And that.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm bummed that there wasn't the whole video.
Me too, because that would have been fun. That was good what we saw anyway, so that's all right.
Yeah, it was weird. It's just weird looking, but the longer it is, the weirder it is.
I understand. The only hog show that I've ever seen is the movie Babe. Now it popped it. Yeah. Baram you to our flood or what or be true. Yeah.
I have no idea what words just came out of your mouth. Are you speaking?
It's what the sheep told Babe to say from the farm, told Babe to say to the sheep at the event where he was being judged so that the sheep would do what he said in order to save everything.
And I, again, didn't understand the words you said. So you can explain all you want, what movie it's from, what it was about. What were the words you said?
Ba, ram.
That's the only word I understood. Ba.
Then ram and you, which is the male and the female sheep. Ba, ram, you. Ba, ram, you. To our flock, our whatever be true. I don't remember it all because it's been like a really long time, but that's how it goes.
Okay. So you didn't have the whole thing. That's why it didn't make any sense.
Right.
So that would be like me saying, the other day.
I do know the other day. The other day was Wednesday.
No, the other one.
Oh, crap. You mean it's one of those days that ends in a Y? I hate that. It makes it so confusing.
The other one.
Okay. I believe you, Steve.
The other one.
No. If you're talking about goats and cows and stuff, it's the udder one.
The other one.
It's springtime and we get to talk about the birds and the bees.
Yes.
You know what's really weird? Lake Geneva's got bazillions of cicadas. We have none. Yet.
That's because it's not the other day yet.
Which is really weird because, Lake Geneva is the next town over. So why do they have them already and we don't? It's really weird.
Warmer?
Yeah, shouldn't be. We should be warmer because they're like.
Has to do with the temperature of the ground.
It certainly do.
So in Australia how every animal tries to kill you?
That's a fallacy, but yes, I get it.
Okay. Well, we got a very, very, very dangerous caterpillar here. Did you know that?
Yes, it tickles you to death.
Actually, no.
No?
The most venomous. Hey, you came back and you moved. One of the most venomous caterpillars in the U.S., the puss caterpillar, can be found feasting on foliage in the United States between New Jersey and Florida, and as far west as Texas.
It is cool. I'm moving like the old Max Headroom stuff we used to do. It's funny. That looks cool.
Yeah. That's the puss caterpillar. Everybody goes, oh, look at that. And they want to touch it. And they're like, don't touch it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, because people they have them on their cars and stuff like that.
Where? But they're in Australia?
No, I told you.
Or in Florida?
You don't listen to me. Between the West Coast, the East Coast, between New Jersey and Florida on the foliage, and as far west as Texas.
Wow.
So did the download finish? Is that why you came back?
It could have. I haven't seen anything pop up on my screen for either way.
Don't yawn.
I can't help it, Steve.
Are you boring me?
Yes. It's a boring company. Yeah, I'm all nice and clear now. I'm moving along like normal.
Okay. I've got two more subjects. You want to do both of them or should I skip one of them?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Although, since I just saw that Liquid Death is at again, I just had to tell you, when I was at the hardware store, they actually had Liquid Death in their store to sell, in a hardware store.
All right, so we'll go to that one next then.
Oh, okay. Was it one of the two you're going to do?
Yeah.
I wanted to, okay.
You wanted to do what?
Nothing. We already did it.
What did you
I got confused because I got so excited that my video is moving again.
What did you want to do?
Well, I wanted to talk about the birds and the bees, but we did that. That was the caterpillar.
You don't even listen to yourself.
I know. It's awesome. If I listen to myself, I become more confused. And if I become more confused, people will say, you should see somebody about that.
So Liquid Death is crazy.
It is.
Right? They've been doing all this weird stuff. Well, their ad agency is, right?
Obviously.
So now Liquid Death is water.
Okay.
Okay.
It's in a can, not a bottle. So that's kind of weird.
Not a bottle, right? It's canned water.
Okay.
Right? They did the pairing with the other companies and stuff like that.
Yes, we talked about that. Yeah.
Now they're giving away a jet fighter. Well,
okay.
It's a fighter jet, but it's more like a stunt jet. But it's called the Hydrator. And you can actually win. Their commercial is like the one that, they kind of rip on Pepsi. Remember when Pepsi was going to give away a jet?
This summer, Liquid Death is giving away an actual jet. And anyone who's 18 or older like me can win it. Yeah, it's 100% a real jet. You might remember a kid back in the 90s who thought he won a jet from a giant soda company, but then the soda company said it was all a joke. So he took them to court and he lost. But Liquid Death is not joking at all. In fact, they're even throwing in 6 months of free hangar space. They're calling this thing the dehydrator because with a top speed of about 470 miles per hour, it'll relieve you of your bodily fluids and make you empty your stomach. That's why they're also throwing in a year's supply of liquid death to help you rehydrate. You just have to walk into a physical store to buy liquid death and text a qualified receipt. And get this, every can is an entry. So who wants to puke and pee their pants? I know I do. The more liquid death you buy, the more chances you have to own a... What the fuck?
Pretty funny, right?
It is, because it says that there are terms to pick it up.
Yeah, but they're going to give you a hanger for 6 months.
Sure.
So, yeah. So you sign up below to start a text chain. Then you go to your favorite store, buy liquid death. You send a picture of qualifying receipt. Every can is one entry. An 8-pack is 8 entries, 24 back 24, but maximum of 400 entries per person.
Well, for me, it's kind of like the lottery. I only buy $8 of tickets a week. That's it.
Yeah. But kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
They call it the dehydrator.
Exactly. I saw that.
Be a good call sign.
So
a dehydrator.
Now they don't say if the jet actually flies.
What? Yeah, it does.
Okay, because obviously you can't fly it without a license.
Right. Well, that's what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% really enough. Take us to death. Take us to court to get a jet. What is death dust? Yes, each stick is an entry. I don't know what death dust is.
Good question.
What happens if I win when I pick up the jet? Some company will notify you once it's confirmed. Figure out how to pick up your jet. The jet will be made available for pickup from a designated hangar on a date within 2 to 9 months of the date you select. Your jet chosen prize and confirmed to meet your eligibility.
So what they're doing is they're giving you time that if you win it, to make sure you can fly it before they give it to you, so you can get 6 months out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you still get to own it. You just have to pay for your own hangar space at that point.
Is there an alternative cash prize? Yes. If you decide you do not want your own personal jet, you have the option to take a briefcase with $250,000 instead. We'll let you keep the helmet and the year's supply of liquid death, though. That's cool.
It is. I mean, honestly, I would love to learn how to fly it, but I know how hard that is.
Not that hard. It's hard to do all the
schooling
stuff.
Yep. It takes a lot.
Nah. So kind of cool. Well, liquid death's crazy. But whoever this ad agency is, they must have started working with Airheads.
Okay.
Because Airheads
are the candy that you and I like to eat a lot.
Yes. And they have a new commercial out.
Ooh.
Make an Airheads summer.
I like the squeaky tire.
Airheads in the pool.
I'm gonna check it out.
All right, this is cool.
claiming that they're going to make this available for commercial pools and then private pools.
Okay.
No wet dollar bills needed. Just have fun underwater. Air-powered propulsion system. It goes underwater, so no need to be waterproof. Reaches depth of 8 feet.
That is totally cool.
27, 14 hours and 33. Wish you had a pool at Airhead's underwater vending machine? Now it can be. The home edition will be available soon.
Very cool.
Theoretically legit.
Yes. I would be tempted to see if there was a place like Lakeland that would do that, you know?
Well, you have the link.
Yeah. All right. Cool beans.
I'm going to cut that story and add it to next week's show.
Sounds like a good idea.
You know, it's a great idea because I just said that. So now it's time for our word of the week. And when I saw that this was a word, more of a phrase, it's 2 words.
Yes, we do that a lot.
I was the original one of these.
Well, yes, I agree.
No, legitimately. Like based on how the word was used. And I was working in Silicon Valley at the time. And I should have coined this phrase. So the word of the week is called a chaos monkey.
Which sounds like something Steve would be.
So it was originated by Netflix in July of 2011.
Okay.
Right? So what they had was they had everything. They were moving everything from sending discs to on demand.
Okay.
And what they did is they wrote a program to go into their server arrays and break them.
Right.
It would take the server down.
Right.
And then the engineers would have to go in there and figure out how to fix it. And because of this chaos monkey going and just breaking things randomly, they got good at building redundancy and stuff like that. And they actually call it a chaos monkey.
Makes perfect sense to me.
It has its own logo and everything. Bring that up. Chaos monkey. Chaos monkeys are responsible for randomly terminating instances. So it just randomly terminates an instance in a production to ensure that the engineers implement their services to resilient for instant failures. Well, remember when I moved to Silicon Valley in 2000?
Yes.
I
don't remember the year, but yes.
I was working for Silicon Entertainment. We did NASCAR racing simulators.
Yep.
And I was the director of operations. And my job was to be the human chaos monkey. I would go through the system and try and break it. Find out if like, oh, if I disconnected this or this broke or that, and then take it to the engineers to fix.
Exactly.
So a full 11 years before Netflix even came up with the idea, I was doing the job. I just didn't name it something cute.
I see a lawsuit here, Steve.
No, because I didn't name it. I'm trying to find the. I can't find the. I said, I mean, it's got its own page and everything, and Netflix will give you the software so you can get it and how to do it. Check for outages and run it locally and do tests and all that stuff.
Cool beans.
If you go Chaos Monkey, you can actually get the software and test your own stuff. What I'm trying to do is find images. Here we go, images. Look.
Obviously, these are not all
chaos monkeys. Amazon doing chaos monkeys. Look, all these companies are running chaos monkey. Chaos monkeys for chaos monkeys. Obscene fortune and random failure in Silicon Valley. It's a book. They got logos and shirts, but I like that logo.
Yes.
But it's a
well
legit
done logo.
thing. Chaos monkey. expect failure. I mean, like, wow. It's crazy to think that I was the original Chaos Monkey, but because I didn't name myself.
There you go. They patterned it after you, but they should have at least given you a cut.
And it was in Silicon Valley too, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
So that's all I have for this week, and I'm glad you're back. Now you're not uploading anymore. It's a shame that our show is going to suck.
It might not. Yeah, we'll see.
Because you don't know how to work technology.
Ah.
If you would know how to do your phone, you would have been delayed uploading the video, which means then you uploaded the video during our show, which.
Yeah, I didn't see any way to pause it, so I figured, well, it's just, it shouldn't be a problem.
Luddite. So with that, I want to say, nice Macaulay Culkin. Thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
then please subscribe, like, watch our other shows and channels. Go down to whathappened.world. Scott will put the link down there. You can link to Scott's social media, which he didn't even post. He should have posted a hammer trying to smash his phone while he was working.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning.
Still on the phone with customer service. Still on the phone with customer service. Still on the phone with customer service. Yeah. But yeah, the first thing I would have done is had you verify your EIN number. I didn't want you to tell me you had 2 EIN numbers. I go, you got a dual card system, but oh well. But in the meantime, you'll just have to live every day, and we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.
Be crazy, and you step amazing.